Hello, how are you? Today I brought a recipe that you've been asking me for quite some time, how to make chocolate bars at home. This recipe is wonderful because it's sugar-free. It's great for diabetics, including diabetic children. I know there are many children with type 1 diabetes, and their mothers have been asking me for more recipes. It's also great if you have any kind of allergy or restriction to milk, because there's no milk of any kind in it, and it's very simple, inexpensive, and easy to make. You can be sure your chocolate is good quality. Stay with me. It's quick to make and you won't want to miss it. First of all, if you're new here, welcome. Take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. I post new videos every day, new recipes every day. You're gonna love them. As always, I'll leave the ingredients I used, the quantities, and the nutritional information down below in the description so you can see the amount of carbohydrates and calories per serving. That's important too, especially if you're diabetic or if you're tracking your weight loss because of the calories. So all of that will be down below in the description. I'll also leave related links. If you don't know, the video name is right here, click there, and a tab will open with all this info. Making this chocolate is very easy. I'll give you a few different options to enhance it at the end, but its base is very simple. To make good chocolate, you basically need good cocoa. This here is cocoa powder, unsweetened. It's not chocolate powder. Since I want to make a traditional chocolate, so to speak, I'm using cocoa. It's stuck here. It really does stick sometimes. I know it's a bit bitter for some people, so that's why I'm going to add a little bit of baking sweetener here. You can use any type of sweetener you like. Since this sweetener is for cooking, if you want to substitute it with brown sugar or demerara sugar, you can use the same amount. If you're going to use that coffee sweetener, the one that comes in packets, the kind we put in juice or coffee, the amount will be less, so you should add it little by little until it reaches the sweetness you want. Remember that if you add any type of sugar, it will bring more calories and more carbohydrates, and I have a playlist here about types of sugar and sweeteners where I talk more about their differences, about honey, and so on. I'll leave it down below in case that's something you're concerned about or if you want to learn more about it. Now, to give it the right consistency, we're going to add coconut oil. I melted it so it would be really liquid. If it's a bit colder where you are, you should melt it too. Sometimes it gets a little harder. That's normal. It actually shows that it's good quality. So we're just going to melt it and mix this to turn it into something like chocolate water. It might look a little strange at first, but that's how it is. We just keep melting and waiting patiently because you'll notice that cocoa isn't like chocolate powder. It won't dissolve instantly, so we keep stirring here, letting it dissolve. And then I'll give you a tip. So, we've already made our cocoa mixture, which is right here, ready to go into the mold, because to make a chocolate bar, you need a chocolate mold. But if you don't have those chocolate molds, that's no problem at all. You have food storage containers at home, don't you? And the lids of those containers always have a groove, like this, that goes inward. So you can use this lid here, the smooth one. The chocolate will come out completely smooth, but that's not a problem. You can use a deeper lid or any kind you have. I bought this one for you. It's pretty and actually looks like a chocolate bar, but it's not necessary. Use what you have at home and don't skip making it just because you don't have this. That's very important, especially for those who need it. So look, everything is already mixed here. I'm going to gradually spoon our chocolate into the mold. I'll use this pretty mold. Since I found it for you, that's the one I'm going to use. We keep adding it. It might seem like it won't work because it's liquid, but do this way and it will work out. Let's keep adding it here. If you just want to do this, that's fine. It can be just like this. But if you want to decorate or personalize your chocolate to give it more flavor and everything, you can do that too. No problem, which is what I'm going to do here next. I'll give you some options. Just a reminder, the chocolate I'm making here is dark chocolate. If you want me to make a milk chocolate or white chocolate version later, just let me know and I'll come back and do it. I'd love to know if you enjoyed this video. So now we're going to add a few things. I've set aside some cashew nuts here. Some I cut into half moons and others I chopped up. I'm going to add them here to decorate. When you make this delicious treat, come back here and let me know in the comments how it turned out. If you want, you can use peanuts. You can use any kind of nut you have. For example, hazelnuts, almonds, walnuts, or really any of them. I'm going to do half of it like this, and the other half I'll do with the chopped nuts, which I think will look nice too. And now for this bottom part here, I'm going to add the chopped pieces, which I actually prefer because it doesn't have to be perfect at all. If you also want to use other things, for example, some people like to add chia seeds. You can add them too, no problem at all. I've already made that first one with nuts, and I'm going to make another one that's also low in carbohydrates. Just a reminder, if you're not on a low-carb diet, if you're not diabetic or don't have any carb restrictions, you can add chopped raisins, dried plums, apricots, dates, cranberries, whatever you like if that's your taste. Even orange zest works really well and tastes delicious. So now with this one here, look, I'm going to make another low-carb option as well. I'll just turn it over here. It's easier this way. Let me just grab the spatula here so I can scrape out the rest. And when you make this recipe, let me know how it turned out. I'd love to see your comment. And now I'm going to add another topping option here, still low carb, which is unsweetened shredded dried coconut. If you want to use fresh coconut, that works well too. If you want to use dried coconut like I do, just make sure it's unsweetened. Usually it is, but it's always good to double check. And chocolate with coconut is a great combination. So I'm making a bit of a mess here to spread it out more, but that's no problem at all. The most important thing is that it tastes good. I think chocolate with coconut is delicious. So look, it's ready here. The coconut will sink in, and that's exactly what's supposed to happen. Now let's put this in the fridge to let our chocolate set. When I come back, I'll show you how it turns out. Look, so my bars have hardened. I'll show you here. This silicone mold is really easy to unmold. See how perfect it looks? I'll put it here on the plate. And this one was the coconut bar. Let me organize everything here so we can finish up. This is the chocolate that needs to be kept cold in the fridge because it doesn't have that hydrogenated fat, which is bad for us. It only has the good fat from coconut oil. But chilled chocolate is also delicious. Tell me down below, what toppings will you use? How will you make it special? Coconut, peanuts, walnuts, raisins? I'd love to see your comment. And if you want me to make other types of chocolate, write it down below and I'll come back and do it. See you next time. Like the video because that really helps me out, and share it with someone who needs it. Let's spread this chain of kindness together. That's what I want here on the channel. Let's try it. Bye.